Hello, welcome. If this is your first time seeing my face, welcome. If you have been here before, if you've seen my face before, welcome back. I am currently on a 1-year career break, 1-year sabbatical, and part of that career break, part of that sabbatical is I'm traveling the world. As much of it as I can see, slow traveling through. And so I'm currently in Malaysia today. I'm sitting here from Malaysia. It is my 5th Southeast Asia country on this trip. And I have been in Europe, about 4 countries in Europe. And I was in South America and Peru and in Mexico. And a lot more of that to come. But today I want to go back to the beginning and talk to you about how to prepare for long-term travel, how to prepare for long-term travel, how to prepare for a sabbatical where you're going to be traveling, just in case you might need this someday or today. And so these are all the things that I did. It felt to me like I was unplugging my life in many different ways. So much of the roots that I had built in life, in my my career, because I did quit my job to do this, and also in like the places I lived, my car, and things like that, like things that root you and make you a part of a place or a city or a neighborhood. I had to unplug a lot of those, is what it felt like for me. And so it is kind of like planning a trip, but it is also like planning a new life somewhere. And so I want to share all the things that I had to think about. If you're thinking about long-term travel, I have been traveling for 6 months now, going on 6 months, 5.5 months, going on 6. And so yes, I'm just reflecting back to all the things that I did, and I want to share things that you need to consider or plan for as you prepare to long-term travel. Okay, the first thing is you would want to pick a date. You want to pick a date to start the trip, and that date is very, very important to buy your plane tickets, to plan your accommodation, and also to let your depending on if you own your house or if you're renting, you might need to give notice to your landlord. And so you want to pick a date, and you need to think about what will be the best date to leave, to hit the road. And do you want that to be the date that you give it to your landlord, or do you want to already have finished with the house and packed it up and maybe stay somewhere for a few nights to a week before you head out? How do you want that to do? So you need to be thinking about timing. That's the very first thing. And then the very next thing is you want to then let your landlord know that, hey, I would like to end my lease or contract or whatever it is, rental, and you want to have that conversation. For me, coincidentally, it actually happened that my landlord was thinking about selling the place as I was thinking about taking a sabbatical and traveling the world. And one of the things that was going to be keeping me or making me feel like, ooh, should I leave, was my rental, was the condo I was renting, because I loved it so much. The location, the house itself, it was beautiful. It felt like it was custom made for me, and I had lived there for 4.5 years, I would say. Or yeah, 4.5 years it felt like. I may be wrong on that, between 4 to 5 years. Anyway, it felt custom made for me. It was perfect. The price was right in my budget. I had a really, really good landlord. I had no negative experience with him. And so I was kind of thinking that, ooh, what do I do? Do I keep my place and have a base for when I travel, so I hit the road and then I come back and then go again? Like, is that what I want to do? Do I want to just keep traveling like I've done? I've been going country to country, continent to continent. I haven't gone, sorry, continent to continent. I haven't gone back home or back to the city that I left from since I started traveling almost 6 months ago now. So so that's something that you want to think about, and you want to, or for me it worked out because when he called me, he actually reached out first and said he was thinking about selling, and for me that reinforced my sign that this is what I was meant to do, because that was out of nowhere and that was something I was already thinking about, and it was gonna hold me back, and he said he wanted to sell. So I was like, look at that, that worked itself out. I'm no longer feeling like I'm missing out on that place because it was going to be sold anyway. And so yeah, you want to communicate that with your landlord, or you want to figure out how to handle your house. Are you going to be renting it if you own it? Are you going to be like, how are you going to handle that? That's something you want to think about. And then I kind of alluded to this, but you want to book your ticket, at the very least your flight out, your one-way ticket to your first destination. You want to think about booking that, as well as your first accommodation. Again, you can book it for as little as a night depending on how spontaneous you're wanting to be and how day-to-day you're wanting to plan your trip, but you want to have a place that you're heading to and that you're gonna stay at. You also want to think about the flow of your trip. How are you thinking about traveling the world? How are you, or traveling? It might be a city, it might be a country. How are you thinking about it to flow? For me, some of the things I was thinking about, I was thinking I was gonna start in Mexico. It was closer to home, my home in North America and Canada. And then from there, I was gonna keep going. What is that? North, south, east. Okay, that's east. I was gonna keep going east, so Mexico, and then Peru, and then Europe, and then from Europe even further east now till Southeast Asia that I currently am in. And so that was kind of the flow I was thinking about, but I also knew what time of the year I wanted to be in France because I didn't want to spend winter there. And anyway, so just factor a rough plan. I didn't plan the whole year. I planned the first 3 months. Just, okay, this is what I would like to do roughly, and plans can change. So just have a rough idea of, okay, I'll go here and there, very rough idea. Yeah, that's how I thought about that. Another thing I would say is you want to have some kind of plan. For me, I'm gonna just add this little detail about a sabbatical. For me, I sat down to think about my sabbatical and plan it out roughly. I have a theme or themes that I set out that I wanted to keep coming back to during the sabbatical. I also had a plan, a blueprint, some activities that I thought I either wanted to do more of or try for the first time, some things I wanted to learn, some places I wanted to go, things I wanted to see, skills I wanted to learn, things like that. So actually sitting down to kind of, if you're doing a sabbatical or if you're just traveling long term, what is the purpose of this, and just looking ahead and creating a big picture vision or goal or plan for it really helped me in kind of like framing why I was doing it. I wasn't doing it for anyone. I was doing it just to like sit back and have something to refer to, or something that was like a plan behind everything. Another thing that I had to do, well, I didn't have to, but another thing that I did is sold my car, because I was going to be traveling for nearly a year, or 9 months to a year. So I did sell my car, and so that for me was a big lesson in selling a car. I've done the full circle of buying a car, maintaining the car, and now selling a car. And yeah, that was a lovely process for me, learning how to go about that. It was my first time selling a car, and I at first was like, how does this work? But it was fun to actually go through the process and get my money and get good value for my car. So really, really good that I did. So another thing, you want to think about your things. First thing I did was I went through all my things and I decluttered, because how I was thinking about it is I didn't want to go off, travel for a year, see the world, and then come back to things that I didn't really love. So I went through my things and I gave out a lot of things, donated. I sold a few things. The things I sold were mostly furniture type things. Sold things, donated boxes and boxes of things to my local Goodwill donation store. Decluttered, just made sure that the things that I was actually leaving or packing were things that I wanted to come back to, and whatever version of me is going back will be happy that I'm coming back to those things. And so that's another thing you want to think about. Also, I talked about also donating and decluttering and selling. I'm just bunching them into that point. You also, if you're thinking of leaving things in storage, you want to go look around, do a bit of research for a storage space. That's something I did. And what size do you need? What location will you put it in? Is there some kind of insurance? What dates? How does the payment plan work? All of that. Just not a hard process, but it's something that you'll want to book before your date as well. You want to think about upfront. And then there's some health things that I definitely am happy that I did. One of them was I did a full blood work just to see where my body is at. I didn't want to be traveling the world and then feel some kind of way or get sick and it'll be a surprise. So I did a full blood work to just see how I'm doing, how am I hitting the road, what's my body like. I also wanted to do an intolerance test, but the process, my doctor had to refer me to someone, and then the person, or they were supposed to call me. I tried to follow up because they weren't calling. I didn't get to do an intolerance test. At the end of the day, I think the test they do was not even the test that I was looking for. They were wanting to do some kind of patch test, and I couldn't do that, but that's something to consider. Definitely do your blood work. Another thing will be your dental appointment. You want to get your teeth cleaned before you head out on the road for long term. Of course, as you travel, you can definitely get it re-cleaned depending on where you're going, but that's something that I'm happy that I did before I set out. And then there is travel vaccines as well in the area of health. You want to book an appointment to a health clinic, a vaccination clinic, and you want to get all your vaccines for the places that you know that you're going to. I got almost all of them, if not all of them. Like, I was happy to vaccinate myself for any and everything possible, because why wouldn't you vaccinate yourself if there is a vaccine for things that you could possibly come into contact with? I also, knock on wood, and I'm so thankful to God that I haven't been sick since I've been traveling. I've been traveling again almost 6 months, different countries, different continents, different food, different water, different everything, and I have not been sick. So I'm really, really thankful for that. So that's the things on your health that you want to make sure you are on top of before you head out. The next thing will be your things like your car insurance. You want to cancel that or pause that or have the conversation. Your home internet, your phone plan. You want to pause the subscriptions or reduce at least to the cheapest or the most minimal or basic plan if possible. So those are things that you want to that I had to do, that I'm just putting on your radar if this is something you're considering. And then you want to pack. You want to pack two types of packing. You want to pack up your house, pack up your things for the storage, but you also want to pack for your trip. My hair's doing funny things. You also want to pack for your trip. So two different mindsets. One, what are all the things you're going to need on the road? Only necessary things. I'm going to be sharing a whole lot about what I packed, because I'm only traveling with my carry-on and a backpack, and so far so good. I have one video on the 10 things I can't travel without, but more to come. So you want to do your 2 packing. You want to either hire movers or get friends and family members to help you move your things to the storage space. If you're downsizing so much that you have nothing to store, lucky you, you might not need this step. And then of course you want to clean up your rental. You want to return your keys, do the final inspection and all of that with your landlord, and you want to clarify when you're going to be getting your rental deposit and follow up to get it. And those are the things that I can remember that I did. I hope I'm not missing anything. And yeah, this is just for you if you're thinking of some kind of long-term travel or a sabbatical, or you're just curious, what does it take? What did I have to plan for? And yeah, thank you for watching this video. I will see you tomorrow. Why tomorrow? Because I am challenging myself to post a new video every single day till the end of January. Go back and watch my previous videos, and I hope if you like this video and you subscribe for my future videos, and let me know what you want to hear about in the comments. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.